everyone, greetings from Australia. My name is Ruth and I am an Australian registered migration agent and a lawyer of the Supreme and High Court of Australia. Well, today I would like to provide you with updates from the Australian immigration concerning international students in Australia in light of COVID-19. Now, please do not treat this video as legal advice because we assess each case on a case-to-case basis. If you need help, please contact us. But this video will give you vital information concerning your position. One of the most popular questions, I suppose, that the international students ask is, what is the government doing to support student visa holders? Now, this is the government's position. The government is taking a flexible approach in relation to student visa conditions where COVID-19 and associated travel restrictions have prevented conditions being met, such as attendance at class or use of online learning. The government has temporarily relaxed the enforcement of the 40-hour work limitation for the following critical sectors. Number 1, international students who are existing workers in major supermarkets to help get stock on shelves due to high demand, and this was implemented on the 7th of March. These students will be required to return to the 40 hours a fortnight during term time from the 1st of May 2020. International students who are existing workers in the aged care sector are able to work more than 40 hours a fortnight, and this was implemented on the 18th of March 2020. Whereas student visa holders who are enrolled in nursing can undertake work to help and support health effort against COVID-19 as directed by health officials. The other question that students have been asking is, well, how will students be assured that they will not jeopardize their visa? So written advice will be provided to approved employers setting out the temporary relaxation of working hours for student visa holders. Supermarkets must first register with the Department of Home Affairs to be given access to the temporary relaxation of working hours for existing workers. And a list of the registered business is actually public on the department's website. Whereas aged care service providers should refer the correspondence provided to them by the Department of Health for further details. So what type of work can students undertake under these arrangements? So the temporary arrangements only apply to students who are already working or currently working in supermarkets or aged care providers, as well as student nurses who are supporting health efforts against COVID-19. The arrangements only apply to existing workers in their existing roles. Okay, as the COVID-19 situation develops, it will be determined whether similar measures are required in other critical sectors to ensure the supply of essential goods and services to Australia. So apart from the ones that I have mentioned above, any other work outside of what is mentioned, you have to stick to your 40-hour fortnight rule if that is the condition on your current student visa. But the Australian government is looking at expanding that, so that's great news. The next question is, are these arrangements limited to students? Well, student visa holders are already permitted to work in Australia with a usual limitation of 40 hours a fortnight. In light of the current circumstances, these arrangements respond to needs raised by sectors having regard to the critical role that student visa holders play in their workforce to deliver essential goods and services to the Australian community. So how will the employee access to this temporary measure? Well, the Department of Home Affairs has actually set up a specific form for supermarkets to request the access of these temporary arrangements. So if you are working for a supermarket, please ensure that you inform your employer that they need to register to comply with the laws. Employees are still required to abide by all relevant Australian workplace laws. Overseas workers, including international students, have the same rights under Australian workplace laws as all other employees. All aged care approved providers for Commonwealth-funded aged care service providers that have been issued with an RACS ID or a NAPS ID have been given access to the temporary relaxation of working hours for student visa holders. These aged care providers should refer to their correspondence between them and the Department of Health for further details. And finally, this is a question that everyone is asking. Well, if you are a student and you are not able to support yourself, then what can you do? So this is the Australian government's position. So they said that if you are unable to support yourself, you should make arrangements to return to your usual country of residence, noting that it is a condition of all student visa holders to have access to funds to support themselves during the duration of stay in Australia. And the government will continue to engage with the international education sector, which is providing some financial support for international students facing hardship. So I understand that this is not a position that anyone wants to be in. I mean, I was, previously an international student here in Australia about 15 years ago, and I know how hard it is to survive. But I do also know that some universities are helping out their students. If you are in that position and you need help, please contact us, because we might have a couple of community organizations that we can refer you to for basic needs such as food, clothing, etc. If you are a student in Australia and you are finding it very difficult to cope with this position, or you're looking for other options, please don't hesitate to contact us on the email address below, and note that the information in this video is not to be treated as legal advice, because we assess each case on a case-by-case basis. But thank you so much for taking the time to watch our video, and I wish you the very best. Thank you.